A positive attitude, optimism, expectancy, and enthusiasm is the key difference between an amazing life, both personally and professionally, and an average one. Attitude is not the result of what happens in the world, but how one decides to interpret what happens in the world. Take the weather, for example. In the United States, many people feel depressed when it's raining and uplifted when it's sunny. In the Middle East, many people feel the exact opposite. A cooling rain is an excuse to have a picnic under a tree. Similarly, many adults grumble when it snows, while most children are delighted. This illustrates that one's attitude to the weather is essentially arbitrary. It's not the weather that creates the attitude, but the interpretation of what the weather means. In short, attitude is a mental filter through which one sees the world. Some see the world through a filter of optimism. No matter what happens, they always make lemonade from the lemons. Successful people think this way, while unsuccessful people see the world through a filter of pessimism. For example, successful people get clear about whatever it is they want to do, wish to accomplish, or strongly desire to possess, and they go for it. They take action. They follow systems, and they don't ever quit easily. Unsuccessful people are opinionated, always full of negative commentary. For example, that won't work, or you're going about it the wrong way, you're crazy, you're wasting your time, etc. Interesting how the negative naysayers are always the ones who are broke with no real impressive successes to their claim, yet they feel equipped to self-appoint themselves as experts on a variety of topics. My point, unless the person offering advice is someone you greatly admire for their values and accomplishments, and you wish to be just like them, living their life, you may want to turn a deaf ear. Now here's a tip. It's easier to achieve and maintain a positive attitude if you have a library of positive thoughts in your head, so that you can draw upon them if the day doesn't go exactly as you'd like. Starting each day, reading, listening to things that are positive will ensure that you have such a library to draw upon. Consider reading an inspirational book right after you wake up for a few minutes. You might also want to spend your commute listening to a motivational tape rather than the news, for instance. Beware. Our mass media culture bombards us with highly emotional messages intended to lead us to buy a particular product. In particular, overexposure to the news media can be a real killer of a positive attitude. This constant flow of negative imagery and commentary can not only destroy a positive attitude, it can actively create a negative attitude about life and the world. Therefore, if you want to maintain a positive mood, you should consider reducing or even eliminating your exposure to broadcast news programming. Instead, read the business section, or better yet, spend more time with some motivational audio recordings. Further, spending time with people who have a negative view of life makes it very difficult for you to maintain a positive attitude. You probably have one or more friends, relatives, or acquaintances who make you feel tired and drained. They always seem to have something sour to say. Criticisms come to their lips far more quickly than compliments. If you tell them of a success that you've had, their congratulations may ring hollow. You sense that they'd just as soon favor that you'd failed. What a drag, literally. Such people are toxic to your attitude because if they're not actively tearing your enthusiasm, they're trying to get to you in the way that you think about the world in the same depressing way that they do. If you want to maintain a positive attitude, sharply limit your daily exposure to such people. Lastly, the words that come out of your mouth aren't just a reflection of what's in your brain that they're programming with and how you think. You want to be clear that everything is going to have an impact. Therefore, if you want to have a positive attitude, your vocabulary must be consistently positive. Here are 5 quick techniques to use your vocabulary to improve and strengthen with your positive attitude. Stop using negative phrases such as I can't, it's impossible, this won't work. These statements program you for negative results. Whenever anyone asks, how are you? Respond enthusiastically, terrific, fabulous, I've never felt better, and mean it. Stop complaining about things over which you have no control, such as the economy, your car, the customers, etc. Stop griping about your personal problems and illnesses. What good does it do other than to depress you further and everyone else around? Expunge negative words in your speech. Substitute neutral words for emotionally loaded ones. For example, rather than saying, I'm enraged, I'm a bit annoyed, or better yet, I've got a real challenge. These seem like little things, but the truth is that your mind takes cues from what you say. If you respond to, how are you, with hanging in there, that's the reality you are creating. There is nothing in your life or business that will make a bigger difference than taking control of your attitude. If you maintain a positive attitude, success will literally fall into your lap. If not today, then tomorrow. Here's to living your best life.